G'day everyone, have a look at this. This time last year I actually planted some seeds for a lure tree and now it's grown and it's now coming into berry. It's fruiting right now. We've got a Coolabung codwalker, a couple of Wilson slickbacks, a stump jumper, a couple of bassman spinnerbaits. Now if anybody wants some cuttings from this tree, just leave a comment below and I'll send some your way. No, I'm just kidding folks. Today I want to just have a little bit of a talk about different lure colours. A lot of people ask me, what's the best colour for Murray cod, or if the water's dirty, what colour should I use? Lure colours for Murray cod are something that is just so variable. I might like green, whereas the guy beside me might like red, and Joe Bloggs over here might like purple. It's one of those things where there's no right and wrong. But what I am going to do is just tell you a few formulas that I use and a few ideas that I use, and then that'll give you something to go by for when you head out when the cod season opens in December. So as I said, there's no right or wrong answer, but I'm just going to explain why I use certain colours in certain conditions in the hope that I can give you a foothold or a starting point for when you go out and purchase your lures to know exactly which coloured lures that you want to buy. Rightio, so here we go. I've got a few lures on the tree here ready to go. In dirty water, if the water's really off colour because of recent rainfall and it's got that really coffee coloured, milky coloured look about it, I like bright coloured lures. These fluorescent lures come into their own in these really dirty water. That is a bassman codman spinnerbait in fluorescent yellow and orange colour, and as I said, that will work really well when the water's dirty. When I say it will work really well, if the water's real dirty, probably no lures will work well, but that will work in dirtier waters than some of the more natural colours. So I like that in the dirty water. I also like these in the summer months when the river, such as the Ovens where I live, when it gets really low and it gets that really dark tannin sort of look to it. It's still relatively clear, but it's really dark. I also like these fluorescent colours then. So dirty water and dark tannin coloured water, these fluoros work well for me. That's the bassman codman. I'll put him around the back here so he's out of sight so I don't talk about him again. Sticking with bassman, this is a bassman yellowman spinnerbait, which was also quite effective on Murray cod. This is a more natural colour. This is a natural colour. I think this is an olive or an olive greeny sort of colour, one of my favourite colours. These work really well when the water's about average, when it's not super clear or when it's not dirty. Average to clear water, I would say I would use that in the most. In the dirty water, I would take that off and go straight back to the fluorescent coloured one. But in the average, the Ovens River in summer on an average day, something like that is ideal. As the water gets a bit dirty, it'll work for a while, but as it starts getting too dirty, you really need to take that off and go fluoro. As you head upstream, up into the upland sections where the water's really clear, that'll still work really well because it's a natural colour. Natural colours work well in really clear water for Murray cod. I like greens. That's a personal thing. I've had a lot of success with green lures. So I like a natural green colour in clear water and average condition water. That is ideal. And that's the bassman yellowman spinnerbait. Here we have a Wilson slickback. Fantastic hard body lure. It's quite a natural colour, like it's red and orange, but it's not fluorescent, but it is metallic. So this will work well in the summer months when the water's low and it's got that stagnant sort of dark tannin sort of look about it. This will work well because it's a natural colour for the clarity of the water, but it's also got it's a metallic lure, so it'll send reflections here and there. As the lure swims through the water, it'll just send reflections of light through that clear water. So these are good. These are good all rounder, these metallics, but I like them in clear water. Upland waterways are okay, and sort of average condition water, particularly on sunny days where the sun can reflect off the metallic paint. That's the Wilson slickback. Here we've got a Coolabung codwalker surface lure. I don't think surface lures need to be any colour in particular. I will admit I do like the dark colours because when they're up on the top, they silhouette against the sky. But I don't think colours are as important with surface lures as they are with diving lures. Sorry, I've seen my wife catch some really nice Murray cod on a white and pink Coolabung codwalker. So with surface lures, I don't think it's as important. I do tend to reach for natural coloured lures, particularly these goldy copper coloured ones for some reason, but I've got really no background as to why that is. It's just a habit perhaps. But I don't think colours are as vital, although I do like something that'll silhouette against the sky. So maybe late at night you might want a dark, or during the day when the sun's out you might want something a lighter colour. But yeah, I don't know, with surface lures it's not a real big deal, I don't think. That's just me personally. Here we've got another Wilson slickback, the same as the one I had earlier except a different colour. This is a nice bright fluorescent colour, nice and fluorescent underneath. That's a green on top with a black pattern, but it's fluorescent yellow underneath. And I think, if I hold it over there you'll see that better. I think that is great in the dirty water with this codman. Fluorescent colours in dirty water, and also in the summer months when the water's got that tannin stain about it, that's when I like these fluoro colours. That's when they come into their own. In clearer water, something like this, even though it's not a natural colour, it's not an overly vibrant colour. An ant on me. In the really clear water, it's not an overly vibrant colour. It's orange. It could look like a goldfish. That's not fluorescent like a goldfish. To a Murray cod, it could look like a goldfish or whatever, but I think it's a good all-round colour. An orange like that, it's not too bright for the clear upland waters like those fluorescent lures are, but it's not too dark for the real murky waters either. It's a good all-rounder. Great in, say, the Ovens or the King River or even the Murray. Lake Mulwala, in the timbered areas at Lake Mulwala, something like that is ideal. It's a great all-rounder, good colour. Orange is a good colour. I've had a lot of luck with orange. Here we have a number 1 stump jumper in red with a bit of yellow underneath. Certainly not a bright coloured lure. It's not metallic. It's not fluorescent. It's just an average colour. Great for average conditions. This will work really well in really clear upland streams. It probably won't perform as well in really dirty water like the fluorescent lures were. So there you go. There's a selection of lures and lure colours that I would choose. Now here's just a few basic rules of thumb to follow. In dirty water, try using fluorescent lures. When the water's milky, really off colour, fluorescent, fluorescent, fluorescent. And if you can get fluorescent with a rattle, even better. In average waters, in the summer months when it hasn't rained for a while, the water's not dirty, it's just about where it should be, average conditions, go a natural colour. Something that's a little bit bright, but not too over the top. Metallic is a good option. In the really clear upland waters, where the water is clear and the fish can clearly see the lure from a mile away, go a natural colour, a dark natural colour, such as this little Yellowman by Bassman, which is a nice olive green sort of a colour. Something like that is great for cod in natural water. As I said earlier, it's just a personal thing, and I personally think that in clear water, the natural coloured lures work better than the vibrant coloured lures, and in dirty water, these vibrant coloured lures work better than these natural coloured lures, and in average water, average coloured lures like these work the best of the lot, because they're not too bright, not too dark. As for actual lure colours, I have always had a preference for green. I love green. This Wilson Slickback, that's one of my favourite coloured lures. I love that green underneath there with the dark top. For me, that's a go-to colour. If cod season opened tomorrow and the river wasn't flooded like it is, I'd go down. If it was a typical December conditions, I'd go down and I'd put that on first. If that didn't do any good, then I might change to a red or an orange or something. But green is my personal favourite go-to colour, and I know a lot of people that like purple. Purple's a very popular colour, particularly for yellow belly fishermen actually. But my favourite is green, and then I work out from there what I want, whether I want to go darker or brighter or whatever. But green is a great starting colour for me. That's why I've got this green olive pepper Bassman and this green, fluorescent green Wilson, because green's a great starting point. Well, there you go, everybody. The lure tree has come to life. I'm just about to do a bit of harvesting and harvest these magnificent berries. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. And if you feel it in your heart, please feel free to share it. Thank you.